Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is a space-age material that we use in knife handles. Man, it is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful handle material that we love. But, what is carbon fiber? Where did it come from? Why is it so expensive? And is it a good handle material? We're going to be talking about that in the upcoming video. If you're interested, go ahead and check it out.
I told Sarah they need to put the dog outside more if it's making Caleb unhappy.
Oh no!
Ew, that's nasty. Why they even do that?
There we go.
Conley. Olivia must watch this a lot. That's really funny. Conley, can you copy what they're doing?
Hey, welcome back to the Fortified Castle. Hi to all my viewers. Man, just settling down from the knife show. What a fantastic event that Kevin Bentley put on, the Knife Doctor. He's going to do it again next year, November 16th, I think the same date. If you can make that thing, it's just a great experience. Better than Blade Show. I thought it was better than Blade Show. The vendors, at Blade Show, most of the vendors are companies and representatives of companies. And, that's cool seeing these big knife manufacturers. But at these little events, it's just normal guys selling knives in small-time collectors. It just a better feel and a better vibe, I think. So anyhow, if you have a chance to make that, I'd make it. So today we're going to be talking about carbon fiber. And man, it is gorgeous. Look at that carbon fiber. It's very smooth. You don't normally feel the texture of carbon fiber. Very slick feeling. Also has a very elegant, expensive look to it, and it's found on a lot of high-end knives. And this is one of the knife materials that you come across, handle materials that is truly space age. G10 been around a long time. Micarta been around a long time, and this stuff is truly fairly new. So this stuff is 5 times stronger than steel. That's what the big deal about carbon fiber is. And yet, it's lighter than steel. And it's 2 times stiffer than steel, but still lighter. And so it has a lot of applications across the board, aerospace, automotive, military, and we put them into knife handles. So carbon fiber was being experimented with back in the 1879s. So, but it wasn't a material. It was something they were trying to fabricate and formulate, but it had yet to been put into something that could be useful. And it took a long time to develop this, mainly because it's fairly high tech on how you have to make this stuff. And so in 1964, they finally formalized the process and actually can produce carbon fiber in a large manufacturing type of setting. But it's not till 10 years later, to around 74, that it becomes viable, and then it's slowly taken off. And it's not until about 2010 that you start seeing it in knives. But, way, way back, they were putting it into military items. For instance, I use this stuff in the Marine Corps. It is really a wonder material. It has a very high tensile strength, which is, the shear strength of the material. It has a low weight to strength ratio, making it ideal, for the aerospace industry, military applications. It has a high resistance to chemical, which makes it really good for knives. So, you spill oil or some type of harsh chemical on your knife. With plastics, that could really deteriorate the handle material. But this stuff is resistant to that. It is tolerant to excessive heat. It won't normally warp in high heat like plastics do. It has low expansion and also shrinkage. So it is really, really good handle material for knives. And, for a long time, this gray, black looking handle image was about all, carbon fiber could do. That's what it looks like. Unless you painted it, you could paint it. But then they started, shredding this carbon fiber up. You could see how that just looks so neat in there. Almost looks like coal. And when they did that, they could put it into other things into it. In this case, there's little pieces of copper in that, in with the carbon fiber. Just looks fantastic. And then, about 5 years ago, they were able to do this fat carbon, which allows, coloring, all these fantastic colorings in it. And so, it has expanded beyond the monotone black to become something really cool. And I love carbon fiber. So, why this stuff is so expensive is how it's made. It's a complicated, space age type of material that's kind of difficult to formulate. And what they do is they take they create a carbon fiber thread, and they do that by taking a material and stretching it out into a thin thread. And when I say thin, you're talking 1 to 3 microns, which is at or less than a human hair width. And let's say they start with cotton. So they take this cotton thread and stretch it out. They put it into a high heat environment and in a vacuum, and then heat it up. And what that causes is the other elements in the material to leach out, leaving just carbon fiber. So it's almost pure at that point, and you get a just a thin strand of carbon, basically. And carbon is what makes steel hard, for instance. And so it's a very hard element. And then they take this, they do a couple other manufacturing processes to get it so that it can be worked with other materials. They string it all together, and then they weave it into a material. So this stuff is layered, and then it's set into resin. And so it is kind of like micarta in that way, in that it is set into resin. And that's why, you know, this stuff works right here, because they're just setting it into resin. But it creates a very lightweight, strong material, and just a fantastic looking knife handle, I think. But that's why it's a little more than just the normal processing on a plastic that takes place, and why it's, you know, a little more expensive than other handle options. Mostly you find this in modern folders, you know, like these folders I have here are all modern folders, but it is making its way into the traditional knife genre. This is a fat carbon fiber in a hedgehog, and it is a slip joint. So they're you know, starting to work its way into the slip joint arena too. So anyhow, that's all about carbon fiber. Fantastic material. It is great for a knife if you ever wondered about that. You can scallop it. I will tell you something nobody else tells you about is because of the nature of carbon fiber, there is a health hazard to this stuff. So I have used this stuff in the military, and they passed on to us that matter of fact, when we had to use this carbon fiber, we had to use a mask, small micron masks that you would use for chemicals, for instance. If this becomes broken, these carbon fibers can get into the air, and they're very easy to breathe. And because of that, because of their small nature, they can get into your lungs and cause mesothelioma and lung cancer. So it's completely safe in this format. But if you do have some carbon fiber and you do damage it, you know, I would just get rid of it. I wouldn't play with it or keep it around, because this stuff will, at an atomic level, separate and cause you some health problems. In this format, you know, I'm not afraid to handle this stuff. It's completely fine the way it is. It's set into resin, so you know it's pretty safe. It would be an extreme type of situation that it got damaged, but it's not like wood or plastic that gets damaged. It doesn't really pose a health risk to you. Carbon fiber can, so you should be aware of that before you go out and get some. You just you know, you just don't want to be around it if it's damaged, so you know, you're just going to have to get rid of the knife. But man, is it beautiful. Look at that. Just really cool. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. Really appreciate y'all so much. And I'll see you in the next video.